And I'm so glad you guys made it. I gotta thank God for you guys, for real. A round of applause for you guys. Now, these panelists are here to give their views and opinions, right? So, it's their views and opinions. It may not be right, depending on how you feel, but it's their opinion. And you have your opinion as well, because the audience participated in it. So, if you have something to say, just raise your hand, like this, and I'll come to you one at a time. Okay? Who's been here before? Not here, but who's been to Love Jones Therapy before? Raise your hands. Okay, that's good. So, the ones who have never been here before, you're gonna have an exciting time, right? And there's something to be taken away from all of this. Now, I don't do this event to capitalize. I do this event to bring people up so we can have a conversation and get to some understanding. Okay? So, from left, okay, your left to right, I'll let the panelists introduce themselves and what they do, so that way you have an understanding of who they are, and you hear their voice as well.
Turn on your mic. Give him your mic.
Hello. Oh, hi, my name is Brandon. I'm an RN by profession. I've worked in executive and governance roles, and presently I'm a life coach and English consultant. And so that, but this is my first time, so hopefully I can share some of my insights.
My name is Natalie. I'm a bylaw officer by day, a writer at night. I advocate on mental health. This is my first time at Love Jones Therapy, and I can't wait to share my insight with everyone tonight. Hi guys, you guys know me. And kind of people business and people relationship, all that. And I'm just gonna be here listening and just give my point of view.
Name's Wayne. Self-employed, people person, sensationalist. I help in the community. In the room. And I'm glad to be here at Love Jones to express feelings of situations that people feel uncomfortable saying or addressing. So we're here to answer your questions and if we can move on in a peaceful manner.
Thank you, sir. Well, my name is GQ, and a few of you may know me. Outside of the music industry, I'm MC, I do master of ceremonies for weddings. I speak openly, freely like that. And I also do corporate director for operations as my 9 to 5. So, father, and it's been a long road, we've all been there, so we're here to take everybody's opinion and see where it goes from there. Thank you, the students.
Hi everyone, I am Kim. And I have, I guess me and AJ are returning panelists. We were on Love Jones together for a few times. I work in the education space. I'm a change consultant. I work around building leadership capacity and partnerships. I'm also a creative director, and I also work in the space of health and wellness and relationship advocate. So I'm excited to share with everyone tonight, and as I look across and see all the beautiful faces, I'm just proud of Sweets and all of his connects, and just happy to see everyone here to show love so we can learn from each other and learn together as we get better. So thank you.
Hey everyone, it's Adrian. It's great to be back. I'm into IT support and definitely been in the community for some time as well. So this here gives some input on a different perspective, you can say as well. So thanks for having me, Sweets.
So my name is Donna, I'm a life coach, and I specialize in sexuality and forgiveness. I'm also an author of a book called Heads Up, Chest Out, and Open Shit. Yeah, so the first time on this panel, so let's see where this goes.
There you have it, folks. Our panelists for the evening. So now, we're gonna get down to the nitty-gritty. Okay. The panelists will answer in turn in the same order, right? So that way, when they're done, they need to raise your hands and give your opinion. Okay? We good? Give yourselves a round of applause. Oh yeah, if you guys wanna send us a quick shout out on Instagram, if you wanna record with your phone, stream live, not too much, because whoever's out there should be here too, right? Alright. So, Love Jones Therapy. It's a page. Love Jones Therapy is an Instagram page as well. So, first question of the evening. Now, if you couldn't see, right? How would you love someone? If you couldn't see them, how would you love them?
Hands on.
I'll repeat the question. If you could not see, how would you love a person? Blind. That's what I mean. The light's not off. Your eyes are blind. Like the people.
Switch. Flip the switch. Flip the switch. All right. I don't think any different than if my eyes were open, so I'm not really sure why being blind would make a difference in how I would feel or think about someone. So I'm sorry, I can't provide you comments on that nature. Does anybody else have some idea why you would love somebody different if you couldn't see them? Nobody's got anything. What about you folks?
I think if you can't see, how would you love? So, I mean, I agree with you. I just elaborate on that. You get to know the person, you listen to their voice. It's almost like Love is Blind. You know, a lot of us, we've watched that show, we see what it's like. So you're getting to know the person for who they are from the heart, and it's that simple.
I didn't understand I just met this person because I don't usually fall in love with someone the minute I see them. So I assume this was an existing relationship. I would piggyback off of it and say, yeah, character, how someone treats me, and the, I guess it would have to be a vibe because sort of loyalty would be important to me.
For me, would be just how the person treats me. I am a visual person, I guess that's what gets me a little bit, but it's all about the
The batteries in there? No, the lights are great. Alright.
just for me, how the person treats me, bottom line.
I don't know. Why not try and close your eyes for a day and allow your partner to guide you throughout the day, throughout the house, going towards work. What about searching for, about blind, not searching for love in that form way, which I wouldn't know. I would want a love that's protectful. Somebody that will, I know my possessions and myself and my heart is safe. I'm not gonna buck my toe up the corner of the sofa, or I'm not gonna wake up one day and try to guide myself over the house burning down.
Well said. That's a good question, actually. How do you love somebody if you're blind? Well, I know unfortunately society has deemed it as a visual, and most of the times we fall in love with what we see, not what we know or feel. And as a man that's in touch with himself, the universe, and energy, and I've taught a lot of females, you have to feel the energy of the person you're with. They have to be made for you. They have to be the one that you can rely on and trust, and give your all to. And if you are blind, you're going to need someone to help you throughout your life, your daily routines. So I believe that in a sense, you don't have to see. We close our eyes at night, we love somebody, it's in the energy and the emotion.
I'm going to piggyback what GQ said. Love is a spiritual connection, as many people know in the audience will talk to me. So we are energy beings, we're spiritual beings. So if you're not able to see that person, you develop a moral compass to love someone for what's inside of them. And it's a beautiful thing, because really love transcends the physical anyway. We're spiritual beings housed in the physical body. So really and truly, we should look beyond the physical anyway, because love that's not slapped together, love that's deep, is going to be based on things that transcend the physical. They're going to be based on things like communication, trust, vulnerability, courage, compassion, empathy, forgiveness. None of those things have anything to do with the physical. So it will deepen that space of love if you were in that position where you couldn't see that person.
I completely agree too. I think that sight is just one of the many senses that we have. So whether it be touch, whether it be communication, all the other things that deepen bonds, deepens, that history, that connection with that person, you'll definitely be able to work on that. Definitely move towards just continuing to make that relationship that much stronger in those other areas. So,
Yeah. First and foremost, person has to understand what love is. Love is an emotion. People always say, I love this person because of what I'm receiving. But the thing about it is, it's not about receiving, as the other pastor says. It's about connection. It's about knowing. It's not about because you're giving me something when I'm in love with you. If I stop giving you something, are you going to be still in love with me? So first and foremost, you have to understand the true essence of what love is. When you understand the true essence of what love is, you understand the walk and the talk and the connection spirituality.
And you got, okay, sorry. I'll be first is one example. Something I wanted to share that I think might be helpful to understand also is that people understand love and affection in 5 different ways, right? So we understand it through time, through touch, through words, through acts of kindness, and through gift giving, right? And so I think whether you can see or you can't see, it's always a good exercise to sit down with your partner, wherever you are in your relationship, and evaluate where you fall in those areas and see how you line up. Because, for example, I had a grandmother. I think she probably hugged me 4 times in my life, but she would spend any amount of money on me, and that was how she understood love and affection. I'm a time person, so it's difficult sometimes when you have a particular principal way of understanding love and affection to change that to align it with somebody else. So understanding that when you're beginning a relationship, I think is very helpful. People do change over the years, right? You can go from time to words, to with whom you align, I think is a key understanding early on. If you're already in a relationship, it's helpful to explore that. The other thing I'll say in conclusion is, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert is also important, because that, and I want to clarify, a lot of people think that means if you're an introvert, you're inclined to like fly under your bed, or like to go out and do things like this. And that's not the case. I'm actually an introvert, but I can sit here and have a conversation with you folks, because what introvert or extrovert means is how you charge your batteries. So are you the kind of person who recharges by being on stage and talking to people or going to a party and socializing? Or are you the kind of person who likes to go for a walk or watch a movie or do something on your own? How you charge your batteries is important. Knowing how your partner aligns can be helpful too, because if they're a partier, maybe someone who likes to take a walk, you're going to have some reconciliation to go through. Right? So,
really, everybody experienced being blinded in love.
There's batteries in that.
And the bottom is love is blind. You don't know who you're loving, when you're loving, how you're loving. We're just going to reach to a stage where you're being loved. And at that stage, all the cards are up in the air. And you just, with your heart or with your emotional feelings. Same thing like loving the Lord. It's blind, but you still have your faith to proceed, to continue, to know that everything will be safe.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're just, that's what we want me to talk too much, so, yeah.
Okay, so does anybody else want to have a say in it? What's your reasonable opinion on it?
Okay, so I just want to play devil's advocate. So then why is it that so many people are single? If everyone in the panel is saying, well, you have to have a spiritual connection, then why are there so many single people around? Because society has now placed this thing on us that we have to look a certain way, we have to have a certain shape. Everyone wants to have a big butt, big boobs, tiny waist, and if you don't fit into that mold, then no one will approach you because, so they're not getting to know your mind, they're looking at the outer appearance, the physical appearance.
I think that people, there's different types of love. So the love you have for your children is unconditional. So if you became blind tomorrow, you would still continue to love your children. I think when we look for a partner, what we look at in the beginning, when we see somebody, is not love, it's lust. So that fuels the initial attraction. I've been with my husband for 23 years, and when I met him, hold on, because you might stop clapping after I say this. I'm completely, totally in love with my husband, but I don't like him every day. You know what I'm saying? So there is, and I'm sure the same could be said for me. So I feel like lust is something that's instant, but love becomes a choice. It becomes a decision. So without having that initial attraction, I can say the way I loved him at 18 is not the way that I would love a new man at 41. He'd have to come with something different. So when you make a choice in finding a partner at 18, I just wanted to be with the cute light-skinned guy that I met. And he had to have a certain criteria. At 41, I'm looking for different things. Financial security, different things. So that person might come with financial security, but also might be shorter than what I would have looked at 18. Oftentimes, especially as women, what we were attracted to in the beginning is not what we end up being attracted to later on, which is why a lot of times relationships don't last, because what our definition of love is changes. So that's how
Sensuality is the key to its capture. But loving somebody is like having a 9-to-5 job. You gotta put work into it. You gotta invest into it. So, through a period of time, you're not investing into it. Why you might find some men, some women being single. The man might not be investing in her. She might not be investing in her. It's a lost investment. Why am I going to pursue a future plan? So why am I not going to get my dividends here? That was ridiculous. But if I'm going to be putting you up in the house, buying you a car and everything else like that, I like to see my woman at home when I go home from work.
Okay, we have somebody over here that wants to say something.
So, I think we're kind of straight away from the point. My question was, how do you love when you can't see, right? So, like my brother here in the tracksuit, he touched on a great word, he said energy, right? So, I feel like if you take the visual component out of courting, when we can't see each other, it's all about feeling how that person makes you feel, how you make them feel, right? So, we have examples like, a piano player named Ray Charles. Fell in love numerous times, had numerous children. Couldn't see, but he still connected with someone, felt their energy, felt their love. So it's more about how that person makes you feel. We don't need to see what they look like. I feel like she touched on a great point. She said lust, right? Looking at somebody's lust, how you feel sexually. You take that out of the equation, what else do you have? You need to have that connection. You need to feel that energy between the two.
Thank you.
Sweet. I'm gonna address the young lady right here, this beautiful lady.
Okay, go ahead.
You mentioned that there's so many single women in this world. Why? Because they're looking for different aspects of what they deem sexy to them, right? So the thing about this, right? If men are attracted to the look, and if we believe that these men have those standards, what are you going to attract? You're going to attract the persons who want the big fat gal and the big six girls, right? I personally believe if you put the standard in, it's what exactly that you want, and you put it out, this is what I want, you're going to attract that person. But at the same time, mama, they're not going to come to your house. You can't be hanging around the same kind of person all the time. You have to come out of your comfort zone. And it's okay to make the first approach. We're not living in our mother's or our grandmother's time where we're not going to approach someone. It's okay to say, my boy, you look good. And it's okay, it's a conversation. You know what I mean? I don't believe that a lot of women are single is because these men are looking for. We also don't know what is it that we want. And the minute we know what we want, we will know and now attract those persons. Because I can ask a sister, tell me what you want. Oh, you're looking at height, the smell, how much money they're making. And in relationship is so much more bigger than that. So you know what, we have to figure out what we want and who we want to attract. And you'll be so surprised what you want to attract.
Most of us in here, good evening. Most of us in here are above 30, correct? So we gotta, a lot of us can understand when you take it back to when, let's take to the age, and I'm gonna sort of roll with it for a second. When you wanted a certain look, that had to look a certain way. I'll use me as an example. I remember when I was too dark, I was too ugly, I didn't wear the nicest clothes. And then you see some people, they take a look at themselves and they roll the dice a little further along in life and they look at you and they say, oh, is that so-and-so from back in the day? Weird. What? Weird. So I'm looking at the women's side. Most of my friends are women. So some of the women would say, but we saw you there, but we didn't see the value in you. And many a times, women, you look and you look right past the old junker, which when you shine it up, look what you got. Look what you got. This was the old junker. This was the old junker. And let me tell you, if you're looking at the junker, you can really shine them up. Think about what you got around you.
You're okay there, yeah. See this? Come back to the thing. Yeah, not against the chair, but back to the pole. Yeah, if you sit there, not there. That's good. Come back. Yeah. All
I'm gonna go off of what I'm gonna coattail over him. He said, a lot of women, yeah, you do look. You guys do look over the guy that's not the hottest guy in the hood. And if I talk a little bit of slang, just don't worry about it. I'm not talking girl. All right. Listen. So what I'm saying to you is yes, and I agree with him where he says. You guys see the value when somebody get older, but a lot of young men, I'm just telling you from my experience, because I'm only 31. Yeah. Hold on, I'm not finished. I'm gonna say this. I'm the kind of individual that, because you have West Indian parents, you only talk certain values as young men. You talk certain things. I'm just telling you about mine. I'm not speaking for every man in here. I'm just talking about mine. So I'm looking for the woman that want to stay home. I'm just telling you. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second.
We are not respecting you. Let's respect everybody's opinion. Let the man speak.
What I'm trying to say is, yeah, some of us men, especially when we grow outside, when we grow up, look at idolizing like people outside on the pavement, when we look at those guys, we want the hottest girl, we want that. But at the same time, certain values, when you get older, you want to look for a woman that's going to take care of the household, working, things like that. So now when it comes to the women, you women look for the hottest guy when they're younger, but then you don't see the value in that because those guys, certain guys don't respect certain women that are not taking care of their household. I didn't learn that until my 30s. Not growing up in Canada is different. I'm being serious. So when you get older as a man, you're looking for certain values in women that listen, I want you to take care of the household. Yes, I need you. If you want to work, you can work. If you don't want to work, that's up to you. Whatever you want to do is totally up to you. As long as you keep care of the household, and honestly, me as a man, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take care of the household and try to do 50-50. But you're also looking for a partnership. But certain men don't look for that because they've been taught a certain way. Now, my point I'm trying to make is that a lot of us young guys like me, I'm in my 30s. So I'm looking for somebody that's going to take care of the household. If she wants to work, she can work. If not, I can do it. But a lot of men don't take care of when it comes to children. That's why I have a newfound respect for a woman that takes care of the household. I keep her at the highest level because it's a hard duty. A lot of men can't do it.
Hold on, baby. Wait, hold on a second. Did that get off? So, I've been hearing a lot of things. As
Yeah, sorry, that's sweet for I do a lot of these panels as well, right? So I'm just gonna do two sets. The lady here asked, why are there a lot of single females? I'm gonna give you a real perspective, okay? And you're not gonna like it. First things first is that there's already 7-to-1 woman to men ratio. That's the first thing. Each time you add a preference, I want him 6 feet tall, I want him 6 figure, I want him, you know, right? He has to be good and bad. Whatever your preference is, every time you add a preference, you add 3 women competition. So you have 5, you already have 7-to-1, you have 5, you have 15 plus 7. That's the first thing. Second thing, there's been social engineering that has happened within our community. That social engineering is empowering our women with women liberty. But they superseded the idea of what women liberty really is to separate the household. So what they've done is giving you education, giving you finances, made you emotional, and they basically done a role reversal. They switched woman to man. So what happens is that a woman looks at a man, if he doesn't have a job, not making money, right? We all know the welfare system. We already know that. So we're not even talking about that aspect. But we're talking about when a woman makes $100,000 a year and a man makes $40,000 a year and he's working or he's not working because they haven't empowered him. What happens is that woman starts looking at him as a child. And when they look at that child, that separates the household. So instead of women starting to puff up their men and breathe life into their men and help their men, what they start doing is, oh, go get that job when he's been trying. Right? And that's what has happened. The role reversal has happened, and you women, which when I say you're not gonna like it, are not breathing life into your man. So that man, when she goes, I don't need a man. I got my own house, I got my own car, you know, I got my own money. What happens is, that man says, okay, and goes find a woman that needs a man. And that's how he will have a man.
Okay. I'm not let my words speak. We move on to the next question, okay?
Hello. The one thing that I did hear people say is that love is a verb, not an noun. It's an action word. And when it comes to love, I've been married for 30 years, and I realized that when you're doing an action, it's about give and take. There's times I made more than him, and there's times he's made more than me. There's times when I make dinner, there's times he makes dinner. There's times he cleans and takes care of the kids, and there's times where I love him more, and there's times where he's loved me more.
That's your point.
It's all about the action that you choose to take, but you have to grow in your relationship. And when you do today, it's not about, because love, the looks will fade, everything will fade, but in order to stay together, you have to make it work and have it as an action, not a round.
You know what? I'm gonna pose a question to the audience. How many of you are married? Raise your hands. How many of you have been married for over 20 years? Raise your hands. How many of you have been married for over 30 years? Stand up, 30 years? Okay, beautiful. How many of y'all been married for 40 years? 40 years? 40? How many of y'all been married for 50 years? Oh, right here, we have a gentleman right here. For 50 years. And what's your secret?
my friends. Then here is my godson, also my wife, Mary, and my three children here, Yvette. And Charles, where's Charles? Okay, these are my three children. I was listening to Love. I met my wife when she was 14 years. And I was 17. We dated 3 years before the parents know about it. It's okay. There's no sex and what that was taking place, just little handshake, after they letter once in a while. But love is giving, sharing, being dedicated. I came here in 1967. When I was 67 days here in Canada, I got married. 67 days, 1967. And I met my wife, was in St. Vincent. So 8 years to spend before we get married. So we did 8 years. And from there we launched friendship and the love to grow. So when we married there, we had the children and whatnot. I came here and I worked at a bricklayer. And if you see this badge, I worked with this company for 48 years as a bricklayer. I work all over Ontario. The Toronto Dominion Bank downtown, which was the tallest building downtown, and some other buildings. I work, and thank God I was able to provide for my family. And this is one part that we do not get today from people, especially us men, who fail to provide for their family. That's why children today, they move on to their mother. Because some of us, we try to be on the other side, so we let mommy, let Cheryl take your business. But that's not so. What you put into love, exactly what you're going to do. On the 4th of November, 1967, when I got married, it was about 3 feet of snow on the ground. Today we do not have snow. We just get a little blow of snow. And from 1967, the 4th of November, we married. Today, we complete 55 years. His grace, His mercy, His love that He has given to me, that I was able to pass it on to my children and other friends. God bless all of us.
You guys understand that part about the letters? When was that time we wrote letters? Not emails, not texts, but letters.
Yeah, my sneakers